FPX are starting on the attack side here. Like the Des was talking about, there's no Viper walls whatsoever. How do they cut off sight lines? How are they going to find value out of the Neon? I mean, I guess they're just running in.
And Jing just runs in and he finds the value to teleport! Breaking ankles, taking names, but Shao locks it down, he shuts it down.
Still playing over by the half wall kind of setup. And Mindfreak on
Not
the
being
lurk
cleared
here,
out,
looking
not
for another
being
one of
cleared
those big rounds.
Mindfreak, what an opening to get. Hardest taken out, still the fight being taken. Jing, the confidence, you're solo, one shot will do it in Zipan. He collects it easily enough. Bit of spam for the war, Mindfreak set up. No stars available. Knows where the spike is. Trailblazer broken, and the 1v2 face. FPX so favored. Forcing into this one. Again, a dangerous tempo, a dangerous game they're playing, but it's all on the line, why not? It's going to be the Prowler, it's going to be removing a bit of the threats there. Okay, crash into the back, that's going to be a teleport, and the dart. No targets really being found. There's still, there's a player lurking, waiting at that main approach, that one choke point angle, but the spike be planted. No difficulties there. Post-plan scenario is allowed for them, but Forsaken takes so much damage just trying to get out of there.
Forsaken, in fact, does not get out of there. That's his clone jogging to safety. Benkai's weak.
The fight's being taken, the Bulldog ADS, they are going to be favored in this one, but it's a trade anyway. Now, the flank timing, the lurk. Mindfreak is down for him to do some damage, to buy a bit of time and space for his team, but now, look at this, running them down with the Ghost in play. Doubled up. Devi and Mindfreak against the world. Sticking this one under the fuse. The damage, it's enough to stop it, but it's still up to him. Half online, and he has to swing wide. He has to hit the shots, but it's Shao again. And time just enough.
There are not FPX. Fall or fly, they're doing it in true APAC style.
Oh, yes.
You could not get a better end to this series. It's the most EMEA comp you could come up with against the most APAC craziness.
Really is something that you'd find, honestly, just picked up in your ranked games. The FPX are a dangerous team, even when they've only got the Sheriffs, a Marshal or two, whatever, to work with. You can see that's why FPX are playing this with such discipline. This angle being played by Ardis as well. It's going to be able to watch for him, trying to push up deep into mid as well. It doesn't really reveal too much of his positioning as well.
That smoke, however, is going to make Ardis think there's a potential for somebody to be deep already at Archer.
Stuns, gate crash into the back of the side, but the shot's so whiffed. Just missed. Forsaken couldn't find the head, and Ardis is still being surrounded by enemies, but with the rifle, he should be good for it. A quick updraft, revealed by the dart. And
the most important map they've ever played.
All on the line.
And that is fast. FPX immediately swinging out to window. Punish Ardis. And Sugetsu tried to hold the angle, but just got overwhelmed. Too many bodies for him to deal with.
Instant response, though. Looking through mid, Angel just takes up all this space now. And he's going to be watching holding. Seeing if anybody comes within his crosshairs.
And FPX have decided to play heavily for mid here. Both A and B are full retake setups. Not that FPX know that.
Their moves now as well, delivering that spike over towards one side of the map. FPX are playing so cautious in terms of just their positioning. All of them grouped up.
This middling kind of positioning from Shao might allow him to use his Hunter's Fury to stop some kind of plant, but I think he might just be a fraction too far away.
Dart was sending a release, the trip triggering there, giving them a bit of information, a bit of positioning, but still now they have to use that cam, clearing it down.
And honestly, against FPX, you're worried they've pushed your spawn.
Yeah, they could have taken so much advanced positioning off of this. Not a lot given, but Forsaken, well, taken away Zipan. Advantage gain for FPX. Looking like they can maybe put this round on the board.
And amazingly, FPX are actually playing really passive positions on the post plant, going for the reflank now through tunnel. Sugetsu's got it all to do, and it's just impossible.
Play Jing as well. These guys are known to just take space and be relentless with it, but one way to shut that down is Ardis. Operator in his hand, Hunter's Fury to deny the gate crush. Has to back away. Forsaken in the corner, he's taken a boatload of damage, but now still wants to try and push his way back into it. Maybe a timing can be found, and the shot is true. Sugetsu, head ripped clean off.
Mindfreak still in this lurk position. Does Angel check with enough diligence here? Otherwise, Mindfreak might be a dangerous thorn in their side for this post-plan. Xiao is just tracking this gate crash all the way back into spawn.
Watching for it, and again, the lurk is found.
He's like a cat with a toy. He's just been pulled away from the action.
It's the advantage of running it as well. You have to at least dedicate some resources. A player watching the gate crash.
Just break it.
Off to the side, Artist looks to try and make a moment out of it. A bit of magic maybe to inject, but this retaken with the operator, never ideal. The timing for Forsaken with that swing. It's too clean. Utility in the hands of his opponents, and Artist not even allowed the luxury of saving.
Back when we used to see them play this, I mean, obviously on Vind, you would have Benkai playing the breach for them, sending in those fault lines, but it was the same combo. Yoru ult, fault line, allows Forsaken to find the easier kills. And here, Mindfreak has to be so creative with how he's using the smokes.
Artist already expending that dash. Still has the ultimate, still has the Blade Storm. He could do some serious work into this one, but the post plan's locked down. Now a fast lane. Just dodging to the side of it. Angle being found to get to. What a shot. And this is looking still winnable.
But again, it's safe, passive post-plant positioning being played.
Rolling Thunder, and they've got a star on the spike. It's going to be incredibly difficult to try and get away with this one. The Nightfall.
They know that they've detected all five.
Yeah.
I mean, Mindfreak could just be running at them right now, and he is.
No one quiet on it now to Rolling Thunder. Overlapping all of the abilities, all of the ultimates. The timing being taken. The space gain off of it. Paper.
Kind of quasi-Viper wall that they could use.
Some of the block they angle off. They have to be cautious though. They know the money online means that could be seen that operator in buy. Of course, Artist has it, but he's in a completely different location. And now the Cosmic Divide and the fast lane. Any hopes of holding that angle to the side just going to be denied, but space giving up. Angel, in fact, working his way off to the side. Could be able to catch a player or two.
And Jin caught by the recon, but couldn't be punished. The ult from Mindfreak finding big value. Surely Artist. Surely not Artist.
Dash enabled, flash as well, he connects. Does he want to push through? The answer is no. The Seeker up close. Personal now with the wall denied! Coming through, the dog does so much work, so much damage, but Angel, he secures it. But the post-plan positioning, it's so passive through the choke point. They just want to try and buy time. Push them back, a bit of spam. Artist, an unlucky one. Just his leg being taken out beneath him. A flash to push them back. No one is on this one. In fact, look, still the star in play. A tap of it, a timing now. Alert comes through, Sagetsu. He could be a difference maker. He at least gets two, but just down to Angel. And the time, the pressure just far too. Oh yeah.
Maybe
it's there, isn't it?
I wonder if Angel can get a read on this as well.
Positioning though, I mean, the players are so deep into spawn here, and when the fire comes through, it's a gate crash into the corner. This Viper Wall does do a lot to try and slow down the approach. FPX obviously don't want to disrespect this one too much. They could just get destroyed in the blender that is this choke point. In fact, case an example right here, Artist. Great opening pick for them, but the wall goes down, and now they're starting to slowly accrue a bit of that space. What a shot! Divide dropped down to 5 health, but not enough to secure that kill.
These players on site are struggling here.
So aggressive.
This A-site hit, it's getting mocked up.
It's getting so sloppy as well. FPX. Heads being found, guns being gained, and it has to be the pivot.
Mindfreak with the spike just booking it over towards the B site. Sugetsu still has his cam in this position. But there's a Viper's Pit been dropped on A. 2 players still staying there. And Devi's going to look for a lurk with 5 health and an Odin.
They really have brought APAC, haven't they, to Copenhagen?
I love it.
Kind of plays, man.
I love it.
30 seconds left.
You just can't expect
You can't prep for it.
Mindfreak's going to start distracting now as he starts tapping the plant. Does this turn eyes? Does this get Devi a free one?
The timing on it! Then the kill is found. Still a 2v3 though. FPX in theory should be favored into this one.
And I love that Mindfreak goes for a pick as he anticipates, or Mindfreak, sorry, goes for a peek as he anticipates everyone looking towards Devi. He knows that he'll have a little less stress on his shoulders for just a moment. And now the trap is starting to close. Can Devi provide enough assistance here?
Was one of the players to tap onto the spike as well, swinging through, but the damage. Oh, the gun just not quite good enough. 5 HP in window though, does not expect this one. Angels worked his way around, but he's gonna find positioning on the site. Mindfreak repositions, and the damage, the time, it's already been bled off the... Ults are online for them, obviously Devi this time looking pretty good, and It is an approach, a flash just to grab the orb. The Cosmic Divide online for Mindfreak.
Again, how has he got the Cosmic Divide online once more?
Looks like he's just used it.
And so this is the first time that FPX start with a default. But it looks like they're going to go back again into a B push. It's been a B push every time in these rifle v rifle rounds, and the Cosmic Divide is such a massive tool for either side.
It was slowed down for about a moment, but eventually the pace must resume. And there's the Rolling Thunder to get to it to the back of the side, but look at all the utility. Comboed up, Angel somehow able to claim himself a snakebite kill, but Forsaken's happily able to just return fire once more, but he oversteps himself. Utility in his hands, and his hit has gone skew.
It's the first time that FPX have decided to commit fully to it. Overstack players here. And the problem with that is Mindfreak's always on the lurk, and he's managed to find the A site.
So much space being gained.
The crucial thing here is for Mindfreak to not overstep himself. We've seen moments like this before where FPX just too determined to get an extra kill.
Can't go down easily.
And Mindfreak's aggressive.
30 seconds left.
But tempered. Just hearing Zipan walk his way into halls.
Incredibly cautious.
And that's
just waiting for one timing.
That's decent information that he can pass over to Benkai. It's
Spike
actually
planted.
Devi, again, who becomes the lurker. They're just so happy to pass these roles around.
Devi's definitely wondering about the counter flank potentially coming through, but he hears the footsteps now running down, but Zipan lurks down, and it's up to Devi.
But now the race is on. Devi, the spike down, has to try and get in a position where he can play this post plant. And instead of running for the spike, he's going to try and get an angle onto it.
You've got to be joking me. You've got to be kidding me. Planted off to the side. He falls off of this. Sticking it down. Already half onto it. The fault line to try and stun them up, but FPX, it's handed to them on a plate.
But okay, you've got rifle v rifle, and it looks like FPX are starting to break the mold. Heading round 10 for the first time over towards A in these buy rounds.
Big crash there, back around the side of yellow, but that's going to be the ult popped off almost immediately. Artist though, claims a kill. Bit of chaos, a bit of pandemonium approaching now onto the side as kills are just again flowing one side to the next. Seeker's even in play, and the angle just cannot be found by Zipan.
It's an awesome kill by Mindfreak there. Zipan was posing a major problem for them over at stairs. And now the round can slow down. But there wasn't really a lurk play over towards B. Mindfreak was required to help the rest of his team. Artis is going to find this one so uncomfortable to have to watch towards Switch and
Just
Cave.
doesn't know where they could be. And there's still so much time in the round that FPX happy again to just let that mid-round apply the pressure itself. If they make no noise, it's up to FPX to try and at least get a bit of information. And there's the swing into mid. Sugetsu comes out on top though.
The information play once more finding value for FPX. Benkai just gets the horn back online. Devi trying to see if he can get a targeted fault line, but Artis dodged it.
What a shot. Still, the disrespect being shown into the aftershock almost goes down from it. But with the time down to just 20 seconds, Devi picks up the operator. It looks like it's going to be the safe play.
10 seconds,
10
the clock
seconds
ticking
left.
down. No hope for FPX. And here come the FPX chants. I knew the fans were in the building. Pick a level. This series, it's anyone's to take.
Both faced obstacles throughout this tournament. One would argue that FPX maybe with the harder task in terms of how they've been battling through the lower bracket, but it has forged them into something else entirely. The teleport into the back, they're ready for it. Seen that play before. Angel's more than ready. And Artis as well returns fire. The angle locked down with the operator. The overdrive is denied. Every player toppling. But Jing returns again. Glides to the side, but eventually the shot. Great adjustments. Looking at the final round of this first half. One's going to be broken. Artis, an aggressive angle, and why not pop the Blade Storm off? You can feel the pressure being applied.
Forsaken's so deep. I don't see how Artis could read this.
So much to get through as well. All the way down into Horse. It's going to be a fast lane that Jing's been able to take all this positioning up, and it has injected that chaos into the round, but Zipan just contains it regardless.
If Jing hadn't used his fast lane, Forsaken would have had a free kill, but now he's getting droned out.
No way!
Spot him!
Running around the side. The decoy in play, Shao still locks that angle. And it's up to Artis. He can feel the approach, the Blade Storm, the updraft, the heads not being found. But now Hunter's Fury, anything to help him out. It's the 1-4-1.
Angel spent the entire round inside his Viper's pit, over by A main. That means he's got a very quick flank here. And for FPX, they've got to force the fight. They know that they're at a player disadvantage. They can't go for the back, the safe option.
Trailblazer misses, the dog is not going to be setting them up, and yep, the safe option, not an option. Angel's already flanked around, Benkai's positioning, removed, taken out. Devi is known, he gets one, but he has a mighty task. 1v2, isolates it, down to the clutch, but Xiao reigns supreme.
You just can't out-clutch Xiao. He's been on. And Jing not going for his fast lane this time. Has a stun in hand with the Ghost.
Already the disrespect being shown.
How does he get that?
Dart removed, he just wants to just fight.
He's
over
swinging
and over again.
He's swinging before he's even ready to shoot his second shot with the Ghost. And yet he still finds Zipan's head. This guy's got such talent. But FPX are not going to let it rattle him.
No. Gotta stay calm. Situations like this, it's a huge advantage, of course, given to FPX with that opening kill, but can easily turn it around.
But FPX might end up here being paralyzed by ignorance. They don't know what FPX have planned. They've never played against a team comp like this. They don't know if Forsaken's going to be going aggressive with his teleports. They need to play spread and play slow to try and figure out what the game plan is. They just have to hope that when they finally figure it out, they have to hope it's not too late.
A close angle by Forsaken, I believe the drone earlier. Not quite catching him. The war going up. Slide off angle. How are they still finding these kills? Bit of a jiggle there with the movement. Xiao eventually gets him. But on the other side of things, it was Jing who managed to open it up. Hey, oh my word, FPX. Spike's still going to be stuck down the fault line. Gives him a huge advantage into this one. Artist, though, now all the pressure in the world. A prowler in his face, a flash, a tap at a Spike. He has to stick this one. He has to stick it or win this 1v1. And Devi, all he needs to do is survive. A heroic effort. But at the end of the day, it's FPX who win it out. But it matters most to be able to still make those plays.
Bizarre Viper wall that we're seeing here from Angel as they try and take some map control. Recon Dart up at the top of mid too as FPX put a premium on owning this area of the map.
Devi forced to overextend just a tad to see if he can get that information. Doesn't want to risk it again, but in the midst of all of this, look at this space that Artis has gained. Bit of a wide swing, so he did make some noise there.
His positioning is known. But perhaps this indicates that FPX are going to want to try and take positions like this in future rounds. FPX aren't running a Sova, they're not running a Sky. They have some informational ability with Benkai, but they're mostly going to be pushing for their info.
And the off angle, well, Angel seemed ready for it, wanted to clear it through, a bit of spam into the corner, the right click, Xiao. Dodges the flash, not finding any sort of quite value. Now down to 35 seconds in a round though.
Not too much time to work with.
Where's the Spike gonna end up?
I think for
30
FPX,
seconds left.
It's all about the kills. It's about being able to remove weapons from the hands of FPX. But they're pushing into Jing's Bulldog. And that could be a scary prospect.
Smoke drop down there, that's trying to deny something. The shots again rattled off on either side of the map down to the final few seconds. It's looking like it could have potentially got dangerous, but okay. Still not enough time in the round. Xiao at a bonus. FPX be laughing all the way to the bank, wouldn't they? The fault line.
Wow. Stun, suck, comboed up to punish anybody that would be playing these passive positions.
Incredibly deep as well. Taking the space away from Xiao. How much further back can you get? Essentially on the beachfront, but the spam, the spray down. The damage was found on the Forsaken, but eventually he does trade that kill.
So 4-4 right now, and FPX with less time to work with and more of the map to re-clear. These are the moments where FPX were occasionally trying to get a bit too funky. Somebody else on the other side of the map trying to make a play happen. And Devi's coming in to try and reinforce this position with Forsaken. The two Flash agents over defending B.
The battle lines are drawn. A closer hold. Devi wants to hold this down off the first read, I think, of any sort of utility, maybe even a footstep. And there's the contact play.
The miss.
Fault line comes through. The damage is certainly done. Devi watching the angles. Forsaken are.
30 seconds.
It's going to get cleaned up. Not able to get too much done to get to Guardian. This guy's looking far too clean with it, and there's still enough time for him to try and get this plant down. The positioning is gained. Plant going to be stuck. Cage giving him just enough coverage. But a little bit of favor there. Mindfreak just has to zip away, but what a shot! Benkai, the crosshair placement's just fantastic. And they win out the bonus.
And force FPX to play catch up.
Quick dodge there, the flash that comes down. This crossfire setup. Have to be cautious and watching of it. Hopping away, dangerous times. The dog though, seeing if they can supplement it, any sort of approach to take the fight for the choke point. And shuts it down easily enough. Bladestorm now being used by Artis. Feels like he needs to take matters into his own hands.
And we've already seen how nasty Sugetsu is with the Guardian. If Jing goes for some kind of info peek here, there is a potential to get punished. And you can see the way that Forsaken's put his gate crash over towards B. It's going to allow Benkai to get reinforcements if he's under pressure.
It all comes down to the timing though. Does have an expiration date on it. If FPX end up just really playing the clock like they've been known to do. Could be brutal, but don't think he's too worried about it. Artis round the side though. Bladestorm, that's going to be a good return. But the Prowler latches onto him. He's not going to be able to take too much more space off the back of it. Decay as well. Pressured from almost every single avenue, and with the spike drop down, the Bladestorm still renewed. Artis, he might be able to do something with it, but not.
Looking to perhaps take some early mid control as the rest of PaperX floods out of B.
All the way through. 2 stars being used to try and block it off, but look at the approach again. This is FPX. Moving their way through the double doors. Artis already going to be gaining all of this space right into the back of the site.
And how do PaperX play the retakes with this composition? They have the dimensional drift to work with.
Oh, risk could be taken indeed, Artis now, with the door opening.
And here's Forsaken looking to gain information. He can ping out positions on the map for this
Prowler,
targeted utility.
what a find! A flash to find it, but FPX 2 kills. Looking clean in this post plant. Reaffirming the crossfire setups that they've got, the thing that has carried them so far in this tournament.
Mindfreak dodges the flash actually.
Tries to make a play to spray down. It's not the cleanest thing in the world, still does the damage, but FPX
in this series.
That's why it ends up being so dangerous.
Here
So
comes
unexpected,
Jing.
but
Here
again,
comes Jing.
yeah, speaking of the pace, speaking of the fast play, lets the stun ball rip right around the side again, and he knows the positioning, he knows Sugetsu is isolated, but Artis responds in kind. Holding down the staircase. Overdrive still in play. Tip-tap of his feet, just trying to run around the map, but the positioning, of course, is going to be known here, but he ends up slowing it down. Artis, great crosshair placement. Shot to the cranium. Jing is shut down.
Artis is saving the round for them at this point. Benkai's only got a stinger to work with. Can't even pick anything else up.
Real difference maker, hasn't he? Shao catching this angle. There's the kill. It's up in the air in terms of who might be able to be winning that one, but looks like Devi opting to play back and save this one. Benkai obviously doesn't want to bring this stinger into the next round.
And he won't. He won't be given the choice either way. What a round for Artis to turn up. Getting 2 massively impactful kills after the rest of his team had been barreled over.
Yeah.
And you might have been...
Even when going up against the former champions of Optic, they earn their spot here, but Devi bites back the operator that he saved into that round.
That's another hurdle for FPX to overcome. Angel not looking to get aggressive on the Halls lurk. Mindfreak would be waiting for him. And FPX, whenever these rounds start going badly, they seem to lack the map control to send things back in their favor. FPX have got to be patient here. There's still 1:10 on the clock. They can group up, start to move over to another area of the map. But if it's Angel that leads the way, there's 2 players ready to punish.
I've got your trail.
Seekers in the mid round. That's
Well
just a bit of information. See if there's any players holding close, and of course there were.
It's all just a fake.
And a real hit starts to come down now onto B. A flash over the top for Forsaken. Wants to disrupt this one. Here's the spike being planted. Now he's going to try and opt for this peek. Angle being watched. Sagetsu's covering his teammates back.
A fraction away. A fraction away from being able to deny the plant and buy time for the rest of his team to rotate in, especially with the Rolling Thunder. That could have been everything.
Fight's still being taken though, and mid locked down by Angel, ensuring that they can't get away with any mischief. Devi and Benkai up against this one with the crossfire and the post-plant setup. FPX more than favored.
Devi's just going to have to try and save this operator once again. And like we expected, FPX are going to try and take the lead here and hold on to it. Benkai making it a little more dangerous, a little more expensive. But from lifting a trophy, maybe the dreams start to become a little more real. Maybe the pressure starts to become a little more real. FPX again moving the tempo up.
And you just don't expect this.
It was Paper X with the timeout, and FPX have decided you will not get to execute your plan. We are immediately taking B.
Here. Making sure that they watch for a lot of these common angles. The spike is going to be planted. It's forced into that retake. Look at the flank angle approach. You can see that there's a gate crash all the way back into their spawn, but Jing trying to find his way up into the angle. Now the Hunter's Fury popping off right now for Shao to see if he can shut this one down. The kill's still flooding through. A dash and a glide. But Angel again comes out on top. Forsaken, he is into the back of their spawn. The positioning is just so far away. And FPX, what a critical round to just slowly obtain this lead. Forsaken, what can you even do in this situation?
Trying to get the punish onto Angel, but at this point the round's already lost.
It's done.
The barest of silver linings being that he can take a Vandal into the next. But FPX, we have in Valorant, formed in 2020, finally looking for that place to be seated on the throne. And it's another fast play. They're working. Why change it? Artis is in.
Mindfreak just trying to work his way around the corner, but he's spotted out. He saw to see if he can find the timing. The trade is there. It's on the other extremities of the map, and the shot's still being found. Benkai, what a pick. Angel not going to be able to watch that one for much longer. The choke point has been compromised. Shao forced to reposition and move back now to Nightfall. Paper X investing into this one. They know how important it is, but they need more on top of it. The Rolling Thunder, it scatters them. The utility Jing, what a timing. Moves to the side for Zip and again comes back around. An instantaneous trade. Half onto the fuse. They're sticking it all away. Benkai, you're an absolute menace. But he's shut down, still down to the 1v1 to buy. Zipan forced to offload the Seekers, and he will not get it off.
The fast rounds have been excellently coordinated, and it feels like they're not afraid at all to mix up the tempo. They can feel the game is within their control. FPX's fate's in their own hands here.
Throwing forwards. Good info, but they're going to be tagged up now, and look at this Horse control. Artist has already made the moves. Up into it, the Horn spots him out, spam down. That's a crossfire setup from the side on the wall. Artist really nowhere to run, but it's an instantaneous pivot once more.
Paper X have read it. Mindfreak and Devi, ready to collect this with a seize, a fault line.
They have to shut this down. They have to find value. The Paulie hears it with the footsteps. An opening kill going their way once more.
There's the pull, there's the fault line. Paper X holding on.
But Shao, one step closer, Josh, one step closer.
That's got them through the choke point as well. This is where things start to get very dangerous.
Incredibly dangerous, but still Forsaken, performing under the pressure. To get to aims, the reset! Absolutely ridiculous! And what a play